My presentation is called Seeds in the Wind. So do I have the ability to change slides now, or am I going to have to tell you to do it?
Yeah, you can tell.
Okay, next one. Investment is about survival. Okay? Because if you choose the wrong investment, then you lose all of your money. So it's your job as an investor to know the real future. Remember that. It's not like voting, okay? Because voters can get what they want even if it's stupid. Next slide. Bitcoin is a poker game. So one of the strategies that people have been using in Bitcoin for a while is to lie about the nature of the game. So that's a bad idea, and we have to stop that. Bitcoin is a cooperative poker game. So you need to play poker in a way that enriches the other players. But you want to make the most for yourself at the same time. But ultimately, you can't win the game without enriching the other players. So if you're lying about the nature of the game, that ruins the game. Oh, Swedenborg said you know you're on the road to hell when the other roads have been closed off. It's Heaven and Hell by Swedenborg. Capital markets are contests to be ahead of other people. That means you're thinking farther ahead into the future. And because of proof of work, Bitcoin, it changes things a little bit. Because it's always better to think farther ahead. So, if you're the farthest ahead thinker before in capital markets, you don't have to go any faster. But in Bitcoin, it's always better to go faster. Because you can think farther ahead, you can get more hash power now. Next slide, please. Oh, anti-inductive. That means that markets learn over time. So the market is a godlike mind that you are interacting with. Because it has everybody's brain power in it. And with Bitcoin, it's always better to collect more brain power. So it's going to keep getting more intelligent. But it's not an omniscient mind. It's just everybody's minds together. But it's getting smarter. It always gets more intelligent. And it's smarter than you. Okay. Markets move when it becomes public knowledge that everybody agrees on something. Because that's when everybody knows that this thing that they know, this thing that they agree on, they know that they're not ahead. When they know that everybody else knows it, they know they're not ahead. Okay? So that's when prices change. Prices change faster than you can react. Okay? Remember that. So you have to know what they will be. By the time they start changing, it's too late. Next one. John Edwards. The bow of God's wrath is bent, and the arrow made ready on the string, and justice bends the arrow at your heart, and strains the bow, and it is nothing but the mere pleasure of God, and that of an angry God without any promise or obligation at all, that keeps the arrow one moment from being made drunk with your blood. Next one. Okay. Money is cooperation. People don't seem to get that in Bitcoin. Okay? Every form of money is a way for vast numbers of people to cooperate with one another. And it's superior to central planning because it allows local information to, it allows all local information to coordinate. It's superior to central planning because there's costs to collecting all information. And there's no profit mechanism in central planning. So there's no way to evaluate the relevance of all local knowledge. So when you've got money, everybody cooperates by profit seeking. And value of money is future production. So remember that. That's important too. Because you have to trade it for something, right? The money is no good if there's nobody in the future who wants it. Next slide, please. Cooperation or competition between different monies is zero sum. So every form of money forms a cooperative unit. People who are profit-seeking in each form of money are separate groups of cooperators. So you've got the dollar profit seekers, you've got Bitcoin profit seekers, and then you've got all the other ones. For example, competition is zero sum between monies because somebody can either sell something for dollars or for Bitcoin. And if you have Bitcoin, you're better off if all future production is sold for Bitcoin. If you have dollars, you're better off if all future production is sold for dollars. So, if you get into Bitcoin, you have to be trying to win a zero-sum competition. And if you're not, then you don't understand how it works. So, creating altcoins, that turns Bitcoin into a Ponzi scheme. Because, well, not literally, but it makes everything worse. Okay? Ponzi schemes are worse the more people get in, right? That's what altcoins do to Bitcoin. They put newcomers in the position of having to correctly select the winner of a zero-sum competition. So all choices have more risk when there are altcoins. So, if you create altcoins, you're not cooperating. You're making things worse for newcomers. You have to cooperate with the other cooperators. So joining Bitcoin, that means Bitcoin is your unit of account. If you create new units, you're making a different group of cooperators that's trying to win a zero-sum competition with all the rest. And people in Bitcoin don't seem to get that. Next slide, please. Remember, all of these coins are just shared ideas. So if somebody knows how to change lots of minds at the same time, that changes the price. Next slide, please. Yes, anyone who ever believed in altcoins is about to look like me. Because people are going to start to understand what I just said. They're going to realize that it is not cooperative to make altcoins. So they're not going to be seen as good investments anymore. Right now, people buy different coins for reasons that don't make sense. But the market learns as time goes on. As that happens, the prices change to reflect the choices of the more rational actors. Okay? Next slide. Okay, BTC doesn't work. This is one of the ways that people have been deceiving each other about the nature of the game. So, Bitcoin is a solution to the Byzantine General's problem. What that means is you don't need hub and spokes networks anymore, okay? We should be done with it. But what happened in BTC is that everybody believed that what happened on the Bitcoin Core GitHub repo was important. But that's a hub and spokes network because the URL begins with HTTP. So everybody got into Bitcoin and thought that the Bitcoin Core GitHub repo was important, doesn't understand Bitcoin. Okay? We don't need hub and spokes anymore. Bitcoin Core GitHub commit hashes don't have leading zeros, unlike proof of work, unlike the blocks. Next slide. Handicap principle. Costly signals are honest on average. Hub and spokes is about avoiding productivity. If you do proof of work, you have to balance that with productivity. That's what people see when they see the proof of work. Okay? So we've got a bird of paradise or a peacock or something. It's very stylized. I don't know what it is. But it's got a costly signal. And that's how the female bird knows that he's good. See? In order to survive, he has to have a strong body. Okay? It's not the tail that makes him good. It's the tail that proves he has a strong body. Because if he didn't have it, he couldn't grow it. Okay? So, hub and spokes is about avoiding productivity. Proof of work is required to be productive. Read the handicap principle by Zahavi. Inverted hash is a commitment with nature to be productive. Next slide, please. Okay. Now, Ludwig von Mises' whole point is you either have capitalism or you have central planning. And proof of work is a necessary part of Bitcoin's solution to the Byzantine General problem. You can't have capitalism without the solution to the Byzantine General's problem. Solutions to the Byzantine General's problem enable capitalism. You can't have capitalism, you can only have central planning. So, that's what the Lightning Network is. The Lightning Network adds nothing to BTC. BTC can only support a limited number of Byzantine generals because of the block size limit. And LN adds nothing. Lightning Network does not add any additional Byzantine general problem-solving capacity because it doesn't use proof of work. So it's a complete illusion. It does nothing for BTC. Next slide. Okay, Bitcoin with big blocks. Oh, I already said this. No, this is different. Bitcoin with big blocks is the solution to the Byzantine general problem for as many Byzantine generals as there are people on Earth. What does the Byzantine general's problem mean? It means the network arrives at a conclusion that is universally agreed upon, starting from an indeterminate state. So, every time you make a transaction in Bitcoin, everybody agrees that it happened. So, you're a Byzantine general when you're making transactions on Bitcoin, because you can say something happened that everybody will agree on. Let's see, BTC plus LN completely misses the point of Bitcoin. Yes, you're gonna look dumb soon. You thought that this is gonna work. Remember, prices change faster than you can react. So it's too late after everybody learns. Okay? At this crap, ever tried to build on it? Yeah. That's all I have to say. Next slide. Okay. Proof of stake doesn't work because an imaginary good is not a genuine opportunity cost. Okay? And people have known about this for years, but people still keep building proof-of-stake coins. Okay? They don't work. Next slide. This is about miner centralization. Okay? Miners compete to integrate information. So if you're a miner, what you need to do is know about the whole, not just about yourself, about everything. So anyone who can produce new information has something that all of the other miners want. Okay? So we don't have miner centralization with big blocks. So everybody can produce new information. Next slide. Anonymity is no good. If you've got an anonymous coin, what that means is it's not stupid to steal. Okay? So if you've got Bitcoin, you need to leave a record every time you take possession of Bitcoin. That means it's stupid to steal Bitcoin. So that's better. So anonymous coins, and a feature of money networks is clustering. Okay? That means that your new friends are more likely to use the same money as you. Okay? So if you use anonymous coins, that brings you closer to criminals. Next slide, please. This is all stuff libertarians are supposed to know, okay? Mises talked about the calculation argument, okay? That's why the Lightning Network doesn't work. And Rothbard talked about how we need one money. So, you thought altcoins are good, and you thought the Lightning Network works. You didn't read the books that you were supposed to read. Next slide. Okay. Great. So, he understood that there needs to be one coin, and he understood the calculation argument. And there are lots of other people who use dollars that I don't like. Okay? But I still use dollars. Just because there's somebody in a money network that you don't like, that doesn't mean it's not good money. Okay? Next slide. Opobenia. That's an extinct animal. There's going to be lots of extinct animals soon. Next slide. Okay. Bitcoin, I'm talking about BSV, that's the real Bitcoin. Bitcoin needs you to be the lower class. Upper class positions are already taken. No, I'm just kidding, there's always opportunity, but you need to learn how to be ahead more. Greatest evil is not following your own interest. That's what happens when you're not thinking ahead enough. Okay? If you're an investor, your job is to figure out what your own interest is. You can't just listen to what other people tell you. But that's what's been going on in Bitcoin for a long time now. So, greatest sin is not following your own interest. So we've had a lot of that in Bitcoin. Oh, this is Leviathan from Thomas Hobbes. This is a picture of a hub and spokes network. Because if you look, Leviathan is made out of people. And they're all looking at the center. So all of the people that Leviathan is made out of are looking at Leviathan's face. That's a hub and spokes network. So Thomas Hobbes knew about that. And he didn't think we could have anything but hub and spokes networks. But now we know that we can. Next slide, please. Okay. Your seeds in the wind. Okay? You're free. You're free of the hub and spokes network. Okay? You're